G'day everyone, I'm Tim Thompson. A few of you might remember we did a really popular video a few weeks back with Wandin Valley Farms up near Wangaratta. Today we're revisiting Wandin Valley Farms, but this time we're in the Yarra Valley having a look at the backside of their business, the packaging plant. If anything, I reckon there's more technology squeezed in per square metre than any farm I've ever seen. Today we're going to be having a chat to Tim Jones.
G'day Tim.
G'day Tim, how are you mate?
Very well, nice to say g'day mate.
Tim, you are part of the family that runs this whole facility.
Correct.
It's quite amazing what you guys have managed to do in such a short period of time.
Yep.
Do you mind if we hop over the fence and have a look at all the incredible technology inside your packaging area?
Be our pleasure.
Awesome, thanks mate.
No problem. Just one catch, Tim.
Oh.
Got to swap hats, mate.
Here we go guys.
Beautiful. Just a kiss.
Now Tim, as we go up the hill towards the packaging area, can you give us a little bit of a background as to why your family has had to go so big with this packaging plant?
Oh, I think we had a pretty clear vision about where we wanted to go. We've had such a long history of growing pretty good cherries.
Yeah.
And we could see that there was high demand moving forward, certainly domestically in Australia, but more importantly I think also in Southeast Asia, where there's extremely high demand for good quality cherries.
And obviously to access overseas markets you've got to have pretty spectacular processes in place.
Quality is, there's no grey area for us with regards to quality, especially for export.
Yep.
You're either top of the market, or if your quality is not good enough, you're at the bottom of the market. There's no middle ground. So we've got really strong advantages when you look at other southern hemisphere growers.
Yep.
That we've got tremendous air freight space coming out of the eastern seaboard of Australia.
And so you're strategically very, very close to a major airport, to Melbourne Airport.
Yeah, we're about 1 hour away, and for China, for example, which is one of our main markets, there's a multitude of different airlines flying directly to China, in the many capital cities.
Yep.
And also we get a lot of product in via Hong Kong.
Yep.
Still using phytosanitary certification, and it's been a great opportunity for the entire cherry industry, to be honest.
Well, I think we're all itching to take a look. Do you mind if we wander through the cool rooms?
No problem.
So double doored here, Tim. You've got absolute
double doors. We like to, when we're loading and unloading trucks, it's really, really difficult to have people jumping on and off forklifts, so we can leave the door open, and we have these automated roll curtain doors which allow us to quick and easy access in and out.
So once
but
again,
also
efficiencies
keeps the cooler room very, very cold, and yeah, it works really, really well.
So we're about to go out into where the magic begins.
Correct. Let's just jump over here, Tim. So fruit comes straight out of here, straight onto this conveyor belt here, where you can see the stacks of bins. And we've got our automated robot which grabs hold of the bins, tips them over gently in chilled water. One of the processes that we've got here is to move our fruit very, very gently through our process. And the most gentlest way of doing that is to use chilled water. So it really helps our process to be as gentle on the fruit as we possibly can. And it all starts here.
All right, mate. Well, if you don't mind, I might have a wander around, have a chat to a couple of people. There's some fantastic people working here, and I'm looking forward to showcasing what they do.
Brilliant. Hope you have a great trip around. Thanks a
Thank
lot,
you, mate.
Tim.
I really appreciate your time.
Our pleasure.
Cheers.
I felt a bit like a kid in a lolly shop being given permission to walk around this amazing facility and watch over 100 staff interact with cutting-edge technology to bring fresh fruit to the world. I'm sure as you're watching this with me, you can't help but admire the amazing investment and the amazing dedication of these farming families that are now investing in technology and people to take their product to the world.
So Paris, how are you?
Good, how are you, Tim?
Not too bad. This is fascinating stuff. So we've just taken the fruit out of the cool room and put it into the big tipper over here. And all the labels from every single bin now get put into your computer system, don't they?
They are.
So you've got unique identifiers for every bin. So you can trace the fruit down to the block of the farm that it came from for someone in Perth when they buy cherries.
Any product that you get from Wandin Valley Farms has a unique identifier code on the label, and that can be traced back to the exact spot on the farm it was picked for complete traceability.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
All right, let's keep wandering.
Let's do it.
So now that the fruit's been washed and tipped, it's going through these pretty fancy cutting machines, isn't it? Can you tell me what the reason for cutting all the stalks is? I know some people like to hang cherries over their ears and all that sort of nonsense, but why is it that we have to make sure that all of the stalks are cut in this particular facility?
So as they're going through the cluster cutter, the double cherries are getting split into two. And this is as they go through the cameras. They have to go through single file, so each cherry gets sorted as an individual instead of getting its mate dragged along with it. So as it's going,
two cherries on a cluster might be very different.
Yes.
And your computer needs to be able to sort them by exact size, colour, blemishes, everything.
Exactly,
right. All right, let's keep wandering on.
Keep moving.
I want to find out all about this camera because it's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's very fascinating.
So have a look at the speed that these cherries are going down the belt, and I'm just absolutely amazed that you can take 12 photos of every single cherry that's coming down this belt at the rate that they're travelling. That's just incredible.
It is fascinating.
So it's a pretty special box in there. Obviously we can't open it up, but you can sort of see that there's sort of a flash of light every now and then as it's taking photos. Now they all race through here. So the position of every cherry on that belt now is known by the computer, and it knows the quality of those cherries as it goes along.
And
can you explain
exactly where to send the fruit down.
Now, can you explain to me how this machine here is sending the fruit to the right line?
So as the camera has taken the photo of the cherry, it remembers that cherry and it goes, you are this size fruit, so you might be a 24 to 26 piece of fruit, and we want you to go down lane 25. So as you get to the bag lane at 25, it spurts out a little chute of air and you head down lane 25.
And there go all the little passengers down lane 25. So I'm here with Alison on what could only be described, I reckon, as the control bridge for this operation. It's pretty impressive here, isn't it?
Thank you, Tim. Yeah, we're pretty proud of what it is.
Yeah, so you run your whole packing plant basically from this desk.
Yes.
So the machine I'm most interested in today really is the photographing machine. Your cherries, as they go through like lightning, are being photographed 12 times. Can you tell me a little bit about that and why you need so many photos of every single cherry? Because that just boggles the mind, the amount of data that you guys are dealing with.
Yeah. So it's black and white, colour and infrared. So we're sorting by colour, size and defect.
Yep.
And we've now also got end cameras. One of the main problems with seeing the fruit is the bottom, especially after a rain event. So we're getting a really good image of the fruit as it rotates under the camera.
And that's critical, isn't it, for your market, because you have to deliver blemish-free, correctly coloured cherries of the right size, because people are paying a high price for a quality product and they demand perfection.
That's right, yeah. And we pack for Woolworths, the local markets, Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, Perth, Adelaide, we'd also do for Woolies. And we also do a lot of export.
Yeah, right. So you've got cherries here today that are probably going to end up in China tomorrow.
That's right.
That's pretty amazing, isn't it? And you can rest assured after 12 photos and lots of measurements that your fruit is going to be perfect when it hits the shelves.
That's what we work on, and we're also, with the camera technology, we can also sort by colour.
Yeah,
so if on a year where the flowering is extended so you get more variation in colour. You can separate that out, which creates a lot better look in the box, more uniform.
Yeah, there's nothing better than opening a box of cherries and seeing all these identical cherries of the right size looking back up at you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. So this is the grading program for the grader machine. So in here we can separate all the sizes of the fruit and the color into a specific lane. So in here we can set the quality of the fruit that we want. We can take all the defects, what is our second grade fruit and what is our first class fruit. So this program is basically to verify the quality of the cherries, what type of cherries and what categories of cherry that we want to pack in the lane down there.
And this particular machine here is telling us what each and every line is packing. So of course you're going to have variation in each bin of fruit, and that variation gets sorted out by an amazing packing machine that uses compressed air to flick cherries that have been identified by the cameras and computer as to what line they should go into. So quality is really important here, folks, and out of every single batch, cherries are taken out and tested for sugar and colour and temperature and all sorts of things. Weight. Let's have a talk to the girls and find out what they're doing. G'day, how are you?
Good, yes sir?
Not too bad. Now you're doing some QA on the fruit today.
Yeah.
Can you just talk us through a little bit about what you're doing?
We're testing the bricks of the cherry.
Yep.
So we will squeeze
So you're testing the bricks, the
little
sugar
drop.
content.
a little drop. It has the bricks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they've got to be within specification. Yep.
If 18 means like probably good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And your taste.
so what's the lowest that you'll accept?
The lowest I think is 14.
So 14 is about the lowest that you'll accept. And what's the highest? What's your optimum? What are you looking for?
No, we're just
18 is
checking.
good.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got 18 over here. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, awesome. So then you match that up to the batch and everything, and you make sure that the suppliers are happy with what you're sending to them. Is that right?
Yeah, and we also have the acidity and everybody's liking rate. Yeah.
Okay, so acidity and what else?
Liking. Just like we will have a score from 1 to 9 and
just
pick
for the...
someone to test the
Okay.
cherry. Like.
Can you tell us a little bit about your like score? Because that sounds like a lot of
About
fun.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's literally the like score. I mean, look how juicy that
Very
cherry is.
juicy,
Very good.
juicy.
So what sort of like score is that one going to get?
8.
That's going to get an 8.
8.
Awesome.
Try one.
I will. Thank you so much. Really good.
Yeah.
Really cold. Really good.
And juicy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So this is our packaging lanes.
Yes.
And the fruit's all coming down. So, you know, row 12 fruit is all going to be identical to everything else that's on row 12
That's
fruit.
correct.
And the idea behind that is that when the customer opens the box, they're not going to see a difference between any single piece of fruit.
No, because we sort for size, colour and defect. Means that when you're looking in a box, it'll be uniform colour, uniform size and of the perfect quality fruit.
We're also weighing each individual box of fruit as it comes out of the machine as well, so that you can be assured that when you send this fruit to your customers, that they'll get exactly the weight they're paying for. Now this is a bit that a lot of people will understand. The boxes have to get to the shop,
Yes.
so there's also a palletisation and packaging area.
Absolutely.
Now the guys up in the packaging area have got a big job, haven't they?
They
Because
sure
you
do.
sell around the world and you've got all these different batches of fruit going to
Yeah.
all different locations, and
And-
each location has different packaging.
Exactly right. It's very
Bloody hell.
confusing.
All right, so that's where those batch numbers and those labels that they're putting on each and every box come in handy, don't they?
Sure does.
So once again, that's your computer tracking, your unique identifiers on that label, goes onto the box. You can make sure you're using the right packaging.
Absolutely.
Because I imagine that if you use the wrong packaging for a batch, that would be a very expensive mistake.
It just means we'll have to go through and re-lid everything. So
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
no, it's very timely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, Aman, you've just finished palletising,
Yes.
getting ready to
did.
send some cherries off.
Yeah.
I'm keen to see up in the packaging area, because that in itself is a ballet of organisation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very much.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go up and have a look.
Let's go. Box has been prepared before we just pack the cherries in.
Yeah, righto. So there's a whole folding crew as well. So there's no mechanisation to the folding.
So we can see.
What I love about the layout of your facility here too, Paris, is that everything is just such a logical circle. Because you've built this from scratch to suit the machinery, to suit what you're doing, you don't cross over each other at all, do you? It's
No,
a single
it's a
continuous loop.
Yeah, form flowing machine.
Yeah, right. And so you've got a second section of the same cool room.
Yes.
So you're being efficient with your use of refrigeration. You're only refrigerating the one area.
Yes.
But you're dividing it for quality control purposes.
Yeah.
And you've got lots and lots of pelletising racking so that you can separate all of your orders for all of your different customers and not get confused or mucked up, because that happens too, doesn't it?
It does. So we have the raw produce over the other side of the wall here, and then have packed produce in this cool room.
The complexities that are involved in building a packing shed as big as this are quite amazing. Now I'm with Ken at the moment. G'day Ken, how are you?
Morning.
Lovely to see you again.
Good.
Now you're working at the moment on purifying the water. You've got to keep all of the levels right. Can you tell me a little bit about what you're up to?
Just maintaining our dosing equipment. I've just refilled the Nylate, which is the sanitizer used in the water.
Yeah.
And that automatically doses without much input from me. It's all electronically monitored. Quite an efficient system.
So you're pretty much working full time just to keep the water system absolutely running spot on, keeping all the filters right. Water is a huge big deal when you're packaging cherries.
It's probably a priority for my position because yes, that's paramount.
Yeah.
The sanitisation of the fruit.
So the story of fruit quality doesn't end when the packaging's put on. Jenny at the moment, hello Jenny, how are you?
Hi, good.
That's good. Jenny at the moment is doing a very important job. You're filling out all of the paperwork that has to go with the fruit. And it's got its unique identifier numbers and everything. So you have to make sure that when fruit is sent interstate and globally, that it's got all the right paperwork with it. It's certified as being fresh. It's certified as being disease-free.
That's correct, yeah.
So it's a bit of a job to keep your eye. I mean, I can see out here at the moment, we've got so many pallets of different fruit. It's a bit of a job that you have to make sure that the right sticker goes on the right fruit with the right label, isn't it?
Exactly, because we're sending it Australia-wide, so it's got to all marry up to where it's being directed to. So,
Yep. And if a bit of paperwork's wrong, the supermarkets will just send it straight back, won't
that's right, they do, yeah. They certainly do.
Alison, thanks for taking the time to let us have a look around the shed.
Thank you.
What's struck out to me, I mean, there's a lot of amazing technology in here, but it's the people. There's some pretty amazing people work for you guys.
I'd have to say one of the highlights is we work with amazing people, and I am totally privileged to come to work with such wonderful people. It makes them an absolute buzz every day.
Yeah.
And great work ethic, great personality, and
such good stories behind some of these guys as well.
That's it. I love it.
Yeah, good on you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Once again, if you like this video, please hit the little red subscribe button down there. It really helps out the channel and allows me to bring you more of these fantastic stories of good news in agriculture. Man, that's so fast.
Really?
Yeah, that's awesome. Tim Thompson, mate, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Joe.
Joe.
Nice to meet you.
How are you, Joe?
Good, not bad.
Mate, looks like you've been folding boxes all your life.
Yeah.
What can I say?
Nothing to say.
I tell you what, you got to make it fun, don't you, somehow?
Yeah?
What's your record? How many boxes do you reckon you can do in an hour?
An hour? About 5,000.
About 5,000, you reckon?
Yeah, for an hour, yeah.
You keep going, mate. Lovely to meet you. Thanks, Joe.
Nice. Yeah.